Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another video in my Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 series. Quite enjoying the software, learning quite a bit by watching videos and different things. I thought I'd make a short video of this flight from Fort Lauderdale, Florida up to Orlando International in Florida this morning. There's a plane on the tarmac. The plane is cold and dark at the moment. External power unit is applied. So now we're in the cockpit with the head torch on, as it's quite dark in here to get this thing powered up. We're switching on the external power onto 2 batteries. Get a light on in the cockpit so we can turn the torch off. And trying to get the APU started. Whilst we're waiting for that, we've got the ADAS running. Now turning on the fuel pumps. And some of the signs turned on in the cabin. Still waiting for the APU to get up to speed so we can turn the bleed on. APU's spinning up nicely there and is now available to us. So we turn on the APU bleed so we can start the engines. In the meantime, we've got some baggage and catering onto the aircraft. Really enjoying the simulations in this particular piece of software. Getting to grips with it a little bit. I'm certainly not a real world pilot. I just enjoy the simulator as it is and keep on learning with the thing. It's really nice to be able to do that. And many videos and tutorials here on YouTube that you can use to enhance your experience. The catering trucks now at the rear. Looks like the baggage is now loaded. So back in the cockpit, getting the light in the way we want it. Switched on the tablet or the flight tablet. We're turning up some of the lighting and the displays to the level where we like to have them. It's a primary flight display. And the multifunction display on the right being lit up. Get the autopilot panel looking the way I like it to look. And replicate the settings. At the second now it says instruments, pretty much the same as the other side. Turning up the Topicam display and the bottom one. Flood lighting on the panel and the throttle quadrant. And turning on the radar and the wind shear switch, the engine switch to start. Locking the door. TCAS was also turned on during that sequence. Now into the MCDU. Do a little bit of work as I've learned to do in here. Still an awful lot more. Going through the flight plan, looking for any anomalies or discontinuities as they call them, I believe. Flight plan looking good. Now hitting the perf button. Going to be a flaps 1 takeoff. Just setting the flap setting to 1. And then we'll fill in the takeoff speeds, V1, VR and V2 for the aircraft the way it is. Checking each of the pages or the phases of the flight. Climb phase there, you can see cruise phase, descent phase and approach phase. At this point we'll put in the radio altimeter for runway 35 left and head into the inner page. Cost index for this flight is 24. We'll leave that page open and head up to the autopilot. We'll come back to that page and put in the altitude we've been given when we contact air traffic.
Check.
Ground Red Devil 07 IFR to Orlando, ready to copy.
Red Devil 07 is cleared to Orlando Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 10 left, climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.45 squawk 6175.
Red Devil
So that's
07
us now.
cleared to Orlando Airport
We're
is
giving runway
filed.
10 left.
Takeoff runway 10
We're now going to put
left,
the
climb and
10,000
maintain
feet into
10,000
the
feet.
init page.
Departure on 119.45 squawk 6175.
Red Devil 07 readback is correct. Contact
And it's
ground
also
on
into the autopilot.
121.4 when ready to taxi.
So passengers on board, time to get rid of the ground services and get the doors closed. Pop this piece of soft glass there. So immersive. I'm a PC user for Flight Simulator 2020. And I also use the voice activation program called Voice Attack, which makes life an awful lot easier. I can function an awful lot in the software by voice. For instance, all the little orange boxes you see coming up whilst I'm doing things in the cockpit are all voice commands that are given by me. It stops the need to push keys and do different things, and it makes things much more immersive, which is nice. So, external power now disconnected. We're shortly looking for some pushback. For that I use the pushback menu, which is a great little free utility. That's flightsim.to. I love it because you can actually pre-plan the pushback, which is exactly what I'm doing now. Shows you the aircraft, and you set the pushback route by using various keys. Once you've got the pushback that you need, you hit enter, and then on the pushback window you select the pushback button. That's the tug going into position now.
This is ground. Stand
A
by.
great utility this is. Balmy morning in Fort Lauderdale. Quite a lot of cloud over the coastline, very early in the morning of course.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches are closed, and all ground equipment has been removed.
The parking brake is set. You may lift.
Parking brake
Tug
set.
lifting the aircraft
Lifting
now
the
for the
aircraft.
pushback.
We are cleared to start and push.
Okay, cleared to push start. Please release the parking brake.
Parking The brake
Oh.
parking off. brakes are released.
Check.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Starting engines in sequence.
We'll start the engines now as the aircraft being pushed back. Lower engine 2. Bringing the top cam display for N2 coming up. Really gnarly sky, isn't it? Engine 2 spinning up. Engine 1 now starting. Engine 2 spinning now.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Please excuse my cold, I'm
Parking
actually full
brake
of
on.
cold
The
here.
parking brake is set.
Parking
Whilst
brake set.
making this video.
Lowering the aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position. Waiting until visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Pilot now looking for the clearance of the tug. Setting the flaps to 1. Arming the ground spoilers. And testing the takeoff config. Come up as normal in the top cam display. Tug's well clear. Ready to request some taxi to the active.
Ground Red Devil 07 with Echo ready to taxi IFR.
Red Devil 07 taxi to and hold short of runway 10 left using taxiway Bravo 8 Tango 1 Tango Tango 4 Bravo. Contact tower on 120.2 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway
Taxi
10
lights on.
left via taxiway Bravo 8 Tango 1 Tango Tango 4 Bravo Red Devil 07.
Just making sure all the taxi lights are on. And then we can make our way out of the runway.
Parking brake off.
Check. I don't suppose that would happen in the real world. A fuel truck flying across in front of the plane on taxi, but such is life in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Nice shot of the terminal there. The fly-by-wire A320 is the aircraft for flying this morning, which I quite enjoy. Still taxiing out the end of the runway. Trying to learn a bit about taxiing and getting the angles right whilst taxiing, so still got some work to do on that by the looks of it. Nice jet blue livery for the A320. Active runways on the left. Taxi all the way down to the bottom.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
And now holding short of runway 10 left. Check.
Tower Red Devil 07 at runway 10 left, ready for departure IFR to Orlando.
Red Devil 07, altimeter 30.021097 at 15. Cleared for takeoff runway
Check.
10 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left, Red Devil 07.
So the altimeter is now set. We've got the info we need.
Parking brake off.
We're going to pull out onto the runway. But we'll do a better job lining up than I did on the last corner. A bit better turn this time. Not quite smooth though.
Parking brake on.
Check. Setting the runway heading on the autopilot. And spooling up the engines.
Check. Parking brake off.
Check. So here we go. Full throttle, toga. SP's come alive. That's our 100 knot call out.
Check.
Approaching our takeoff speed.
V1. Rotate.
Lift the nose. Gently in the sky. Check.
Positive rate of climb.
Positive rate of climb. And then bring the gear up.
Gear up.
Red Devil
Check.
07, contact Miami, departure on 119.45. Good day.
Just off the runway, we're handed off.
Going to 10 119.45 Red Devil 07.
Check.
Miami departure Red Devil 07 is at 2,600 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Red Devil 07 Miami departure altimeter 30.02.
Pilots engaged.
Continue to Brickell as planned.
Tracking the flaps. Switching off the auto spoilers. The ground spoilers. Aircraft now going to do a right hand turn. Quite cloudy over the coast. Love the views in this aircraft. Some really good views. There's the airport we just took off from. Soon heading off to the nav track that we pre-programmed in. Flight was made in the Microsoft Flight Simulator interface.
Good day.
123.775 Red Devil 07.
Love those wing shots. Didn't want to do the whole flight in its entirety, so very shortly we'll move along towards the middle of the flight. And then after that short period of time we'll move into the landing phase of the video. Just showing a few of the wing views from the flyby away at A320.
Good day.
This flight, for all intents and purposes, follows the US 27 up through Florida there towards Kissimmee and Orlando. I've driven that road on a number of occasions. So here we are, up to 14,000 feet. We've been sent up to 14,000 and we're just cruising nicely. There's the map on the tablet. Zooming out, let's see where we are there. There's Lake Okeechobee just up ahead of us. Pompano Beach just behind us in Fort Lauderdale. A little bit of weather showing. As you can see in the sky. But it's getting clearer where we're heading, so that's nice. Turning off the bleed and the APU. Some of the lights on. And others off. using the drone cam, you can get some really good shots of the plane, like the ones you're seeing now. So we're getting pretty close towards descending the aircraft now for landing. Just adjusting the magnification on the secondary flight display there. You can see our destination. We've got it set 80 nautical miles. Looking at the distance from the airport in the McDo, currently 68 miles. Speed at the moment is 290, as managed by the autopilot, and we're going to be turning that down, or bring the speed down, just so we can drop at a reasonable, or descend at a reasonable rate and capture the glide slope, as this is an IFR flight this morning. We made decent progress north of Okeechobee, Kissimmee and Orlando in the distance. That's 65 miles away. Still at 14,000 feet. Bringing speed back to 250. And you can see that in the MCDU. And the airspeed now coming down. The blue marker indicating the 250 that I'd set. Getting quite close in, and it helps us descend and just capture the glide slope nicely.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead bins. Thank you.
So we're starting to descend now. We are giving it a level of 5,000.
Gear down.
Check. And here we are approaching the airport.
Red Devil 07 wind
3 green.
at 7.
Gear locked.
That's 35 left up ahead.
Retard. 10, 5.
And then from various angles. Pretty much on the center line, which is pleasing. Reversers are on. Spoilers are up. Going down the aircraft. Slowing down nicely on the runway.
Devil 07 turn next taxiway.
And there's the taxiway up ahead.
Red Devil 07 contact ground on
121.8.
121.8 for Red Devil 07.
Check.
Orlando ground Red Devil 07 taxi to parking.
Red Devil 07 taxi to General Aviation parking via taxiway Golf Golf 1.
Oh, now they're lined up properly there. Guys around here are nice and clear. Got the engines. And get a ground cruise to work around the aircraft. So that's it. That's our flight this morning. Continue the learning process with the software. Still quite a bit to learn. Still an awful lot to learn. But enjoying the experience. Great shot of Orlando Airport. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye now.